We've got names, Jamie, Candace, and Sway. I am a storm chaser.
Yep.
I am a mechanic.
I'm a hoarder. The idea that we had before was this thing called the time tumor.
Yeah, like a place where time somehow messed up.
The objective is what? Diagnose the time tumor?
Diagnose the time tumor.
All right. So we're going to run a brief sort of introductory session with this gigantic, beautiful mess. Maybe see if we can get these people to one of the paths towards getting their time tumor diagnosed. Yeah, what does your brother do for Ford?
Ooh.
And where does your brother live?
I think me and my brother live together.
Okay.
In the old house. Same house we grew up in.
And one day he comes home from work with a big ass black eye. Not just, not just a regular I got punched in the face black eye. This is where it won't open and is turning purple. And he's, comes straight home, puts the ice pack on it.
You want to talk about it?
Give me a connect.
How do you mean? Oh,
give me a roll.
Connect? Yeah, I'm trying to connect.
So which one is high?
Orange.
Orange is high.
And that's a 6. That's a 55. Is that what I'm reading?
Yes.
Okay. That's 26.
26.
Sweet.
And he's like, oh man, is that green beans with bacon and onion and vinegar?
Mom's recipe.
Oh, man. Remember how when Mom and Dad would fight and then she'd make this and then they'd be okay again? I always loved the smell of bacon and onions and vinegar because of that.
Yeah, it's comfort food.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Oh, it's kind of some bullshit with this guy Ruiz.
One of the tenants?
Oh no. Oh man, no. Ruiz would not live there. He's a new guy working for Ford, and
it's like a big deal, like an out-of-towner.
Well, he's not from around here, that's for sure. But we had words. And
more than words, it looks like.
Yeah, he just jacked me. That guy's fast, and I don't know, man. He was wearing these gloves?
Like boxer?
No, I think... have you heard of sap gloves, which are gloves where they sew ball bearings into the knuckles to make them punch harder?
I haven't ever heard of that.
Dirty cops use them at traffic stops to knock people out? I saw a whole thing about it on the internet. I think these might have been those, because either that or he had a roll of quarters in his hand or something. Or...
Back up. So, no, why were you fighting? Did you start the fight with him when he had the gloves on? Because
he was just wearing them. I didn't know he was wearing weaponized gloves when I started to escalate and implied that I'd had sex with his mom.
Always that one.
Well, usually it doesn't end like this. I may have to retire that.
Wait, what kind of work's he doing for Ford? I mean, if he's walking around...
Security, he said.
Huh. Is, Ruiz... He's not watching that new plot that Ford bought, is he?
Oh, out by the swamp?
Yeah.
I don't know. He says he's in charge of security for all of Ford's properties. Oh, only we're not supposed to call him Ford's properties anymore. He's got a name for it. Immacula Property Solutions Incorporated.
I think you could find a way for me to get out to that swamp, could you?
That's not in my area. That's not, me, I've got this. If you wanted to come out and do some work at the shacks.
Yeah, that was just thinking maybe if he's hiring.
I thought you never wanted to work for him because, of what he's like.
Well, money's getting a little tight around the shop.
Really?
I'm totally lying here.
Yeah, give me a lie.
And I can substitute for that, handyman for that, right?
Oh, yes, you can.
So I'm super
All right, Gray's high.
Yeah, orange is high. I'm rad. 15.
A 15. He's like, really? But I mean, you just did Widow Willits redid her bathroom with the heated underfloor, and you told me that you really
I was talking about, well, I already took care of all that, and well, somebody else wanted when I took care of that. I just list off all this work I've been doing to kind of make your head spin. Basically, it's like, yeah, I got done with Widow John's, but then I handled this other one, but then so and so hasn't paid me for that job last month, and then giving me this whole illustrate the cash flow problem.
Okay, I didn't. You see him shift the ice to the top of his head. He's like, okay, I didn't ask for your life story because I already know it. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking, he'll screw you over on the price. He will make it his mission in life to do that because, it's not just that he loves money. He also loves the game of it.
Well, you don't get rich by giving it away.
This is extremely true. All right, yeah, I'll let him know. So you're like, okay, I'm going to get access to his properties. And you're like thinking of that, and then you hear like a muffled voice from outside, kill him.
I look up.
It's Rocket Man.
Go back to watching the dishes.
God.
What are the two of you doing at your place? Have you got like the big
So
TV watching the weather map?
No, we probably have base reflective radar up, checking out the NOAA streams, watching for that dry line. So.
All right. Yeah, you figure unless it takes a swerve, it's going to be there probably tomorrow.
I don't love going out.
It's a real adrenaline rush. I think you would like it.
I don't like adrenaline.
I don't love adrenaline. I could send a drone.
Drone would never survive. I mean, anything over
That's true.
20 miles per hour, it's dead. And we're going to look at gusts of up to, 70, 80 maybe, if we're lucky?
That's true. I just don't know what to tell you. I don't love the outdoors.
But you'll be inside the car, which can get away if, anything weird happens.
I don't know if we're on this level of familiarity or not, but I'm the dude that knocks and then opens the door a little bit.
I think that's fine.
Hey, y'all in here?
I feel like right before you do that, I answer your question where I'm like, look, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I go back to anything, and then we hear a knock on the door.
Yeah, and maybe even a knock on the door and the knob. And then rattle. Then he remembers, yeah.
Amy's never going to learn. I'm going to let him in. Go, open the door. Hey.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
No,
Y'all look pretty busy.
Look, you can look at this base reflective radar is doing some really good stuff. There might even be a hook echo forming.
What else?
Yeah, all right.
Sorry. What else is in this room?
It's literally just monitors and a desk and like a chair.
Is it like your living room or is it like an office room?
Yes.
Got it.
So you get the chair and I sit on the ground.
Okay, cool.
And
So
looking
I'm
up
at the
all
little
these screens.
desk and
Yes.
you're like on the ground and there's all these screens.
And in the corner there's like survival gear, first aid kits, backpacks, Gatorade, weird tools that all go in my Jeep when it's time to go out for a run.
Not so much apartment as like staging area.
Yeah.
So kind of cool.
So what's up?
What's the news?
Oh, I wanted to look. I got Ford hired me.
What?
To do a little bit of odds and ends, a little bit of work down on the shacks, but I'm thinking maybe I can somehow parlay it into us getting onto the property after hours.
Why don't we just go on the property after hours because we feel like it?
I'm not going onto that property at any hours.
How are we supposed to do the thing if you can't come do the thing?
I'll send a drone.
We'll need you there to investigate. Cece.
I don't
Nothing's
like
gonna happen.
swamps.
I'll get you some really tall rubber boots.
Yeah, we'll all be there. Nothing's gonna happen.
Maybe.
Well, you got till tonight to figure it out. Look, I know we could just bust up in there, but I don't want to
Wait,
get arrested.
you want to go tomorrow?
I'm thinking
Yeah, you don't know that there's the big storm's coming. You don't pay attention to all this weather stuff.
I was thinking maybe tonight, but is tomorrow better?
No, tomorrow's terrible. There's going to be a storm. I have work to do.
Well, yeah, I'll go out there this afternoon, do a little bit of work, and then you all meet me after it gets dark, and I can let you in the gate.
But we have to prepare.
So you guys are going to go out to the swamp and investigate.
I think maybe they're even kept waiting at the gate a little bit because I get caught up with the hero worship that's happening in town. Like a little late.
And I also keep delaying. I also keep pretending to have like forgotten things or.
Come on, Cece.
But I need my galoshes.
I better change. I actually have to pee. I'm really thirsty. I keep being like, you should just go ahead without me.
I need spare batteries.
I will pick you up if I have to.
You do.
Oh, it's like carrying a kitty in your arms. Good. All right, so you get there. You're fiddling with your drone stuff. You've casually unlocked the gate. So you've got some kind of heavy-duty brutalitarian vehicle for this, I'm sure.
I call it the Hog.
The Hog. Okay.
It's got a snorkel on it. So that, when you're in mud, it doesn't kill the engine.
All right. The Hog rolls in, and
it's not a quiet vehicle.
And so and you've got the clock, and you're
Is it doing anything?
And you are tilting it, and then suddenly the hour hand moves, and then the minute hand moves over and lines up too.
Yes, we've got a ping.
And you hear off in the distance, maybe someone's running a chainsaw, maybe it's a motorcycle.
Maybe someone's running a chainsaw. Maybe it's a motorcycle. I see.
What?
Maybe someone's running a chainsaw. Maybe it's a motorcycle out there.
I will kill the engine.
Okay, yeah, you can hear it echoing in the distance, the rumble of, you, as a mechanic, you're like, oh, yeah, that's not a chainsaw. A chainsaw would have a much higher rev cycle. No, that's a pretty old motorcycle, but he's got it in good shape. He could tune it. He could stand to give it a tune-up.
And I think the last thing is, wait, they're coming this way.
Yep.
Kill the lights.
Oh, shit.
Right before the lights turn out, we make eye contact and mouth at the same time. Motorcycle man.
I will quickly, turn the car back on and drive it off the path and then turn it back off.
Okay, give me a pursuit.
I'm good at that.
You are very good at that.
1-1.
Oh, critical success.
I got highs and I got lows. I don't know what
So
to tell you.
you're able to just goose it off, and as it's rolling down, you just slip it into neutral.
I want to wait an hour to 2 hours.
An hour to 2 hours.
Absolutely. And then we can go.
All right, in that time.
Do you want to be choked to death by Motorcycle Man? Because I don't want to be choked to death by Motorcycle Man.
Motorcycle man's afraid of me, and I hate this swamp, and I just want to get this over.
Yeah.
Why don't we just walk?
Give me a hoarder roll.
First 32.
Okay.
What do I look at for that? Do I look at notice, or do I look at the 70%?
This was to defend helplessness. I was just seeing how much the swamp's getting to you.
Okay.
And what are you? You're organizing the back. You're organizing all
the
of
gear.
her crap.
Yeah, I'm
not in the way you have it set up so that you can find things just right. No, you're organizing it so that it's symmetrical. And you can tell you're like, okay, she's gonna get done with the last case of gear, and then she's either gonna scream or pass out. You can't hear the motorcycle anywhere. She probably seems like she's kind of having fun with this. She probably seems like she's about to lose her shit.
And I've just kind of had the willies about the...
Yeah.
I don't think that bike's coming back. We can probably just go. Leave the maps for later.
Yeah, why don't we leave the maps
I let
for
go of the
later?
maps.
All right. So, yeah, you've got the hour hand and the minute hand pressing.
Hold this.
And you can see moving a little this way.
Does this thing move? I thought it was stationary. Oh, well.
It sounds, it sounds like a band tuning up its bass as you roll out this giant machine, and so you're following along, you're moving along, and at some point you are on one of these little dirt paths, and it is directly off to the right, and that's a mess. You're looking at how swampy it is. It's now starting to rain lightly, and you're like, if I take this in there, I might not get this vehicle out.
Yeehaw!
So are you going to try and go
Yep.
in there? All right, give me that driving roll. Roll pursuit.
My pursuit is good.
30?
30. All right. Or
Green
not.
is high.
Green is
So,
high.
over.
All right. Yeah, she tiptoes this thing through the
Come on,
swamp.
what do I do for a living?
All right, and so you're following the clock.
Easy, Hog, easy.
And you get to a point, and then you see the second hand starting to sync up.
Does that mean something? Like,
I don't know.
And get there, and then they start all spinning in opposite directions.
That's new. I've never seen it do that before. That's new.
And you look up, and you're alone in the car. And you find yourself in the swamp. 1 minute, you're in the car. The next, you're in the swamp.
still got the maps in my hand.
Yeah, you look out, you feel the transition go. You were kind of, shifting around in the seat, and so you feel it go from steel to soggy dirt.
And I pick myself up and
you can probably soak that with 4 hard notches. You're like, I lost some time. But I've still got a map. And you look up and you see there's some kind of gadget over there.
I'm right away trying to rationalize it, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
Cece, sway! I'm walking toward this little thing this little motion in the woods. Yeah, in the swamp.
It's like a little miniature toy Ferris wheel.
What the hell?
Oh no.
And you, same thing. 1 minute you're in the back of the hog, and next you'd forgotten the smell. The smell of the swamp flies up in your nose.
I hate it.
I hate it, and you're
feel-
not the only one who hates it, because you hear someone hollering, "Help me! Help me! Please, someone help me!"
Well, this sets off my fear, right? My fear of, let's see, swamps.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
Do I have to roll a thing because I'm afraid?
No, not yet.
Okay. What do I see? What's around me? Am I in the swamp right now?
You're in the swamp. The swamp is all around you.
Oh God! Am I sinking into it or anything? That's my
No,
first-
your footwork seems pretty stable. You're kind of perched on a little half-rotted log, which is no doubt full of disorderly, careless grubs.
I think there is. So I hear this help, and I look around. I try to see what it is.
You see movement. You gonna move towards it?
And just movement, like in the summer. Was it like?
Well, it's off in the dark. It looks like someone thrashing around.
Oh, like someone's sinking. Oh God! So I think I have this moment of because my impulse was always to run in situations like this. But I think I struggle with it, and I
You get close enough,
and I
then
move
you'll roll.
towards I move towards the motion in the dark.
Okay, now give me. But this is. You got something that subs for knowledge, doesn't it?
My weather forecast.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a roll on that to predict, to see if you can keep it together in the face of the unnatural swamp terror. Because this is not just swamp, this is freaky magic swamp.
Okay, cool. Blue.
Freaky-
versus 10.
10. All right, yeah, you realize this isn't your swamp. It's your swamp. But you were looking out the window at that tree, and it's about that much. It's now that much thinner. The tree lost weight. The tree lost diameter. You're like, did I time travel? And
Because I was younger.
and as you're thinking this, you see this. He's probably 14.
Oh my God, is it you?
Wait, if
oh my
it's
God,
me,
it's you.
I was 7 if it was me.
It's not you.
Okay,
It's
14.
he's younger. He's male. He has dark hair, and he is screaming. And you're just standing there. What do you do?
I go help the kid in the mud.
Okay, give me
For sure.
give me a fitness roll,
Okay. Oh gosh.
which is 60.
78.
He pulls you right into the mud with him. He's panicking.
Oh, that's my worst nightmare.
All right, so the two of you go down. We'll leave you there. Great. You realize that your friends are absent.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
So I'm going to do a regulated search pattern. So what that means is kind of like this. I'm going to drive the car in ever expanding right angles.
Spiral. Okay.
To try to cover ground from this area to find them.
That would be great if you were in a regulated area, but this is water.
This is why I have road flares.
All right. So you're trying to throw out the flares. You're doing all. You are looking down at your foot, and then you look up and you realize that wasn't a tiny little toy. It's, it's
Full size, like.
Yeah. And then you realize that it's getting bigger. You're not getting closer to it. It's like, or maybe it's that you're shrinking, that you are becoming
Run away.
steadily less important in the face of this massive, bizarre, dark, grinding cycle that is growing out of the swamp and pulling something out of the swamp.
And I think
and
of
pulling you towards it.
And I'm like trying to back up and like get my bearings. Like, is everything else shrinking too? Like, what's?
Yeah, you can't stop looking at it. It's absorbing all of your attention. You're in the water. You're thrashing. The kid is pulling you down when you feel a hand on your collar and the kid's collar. Someone pulls you out, and you look up, and you see this guy, and he's so familiar, but you don't think you've seen him before, but something about him is instantly familiar, and he looks at you and he says, I can't believe I have to do this again. And lets you there. The kid you're with bursts into tears. The guy turns, goes back into the darkness. You just black out.
I mean, I on purpose. I bury my head in my arms.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see this anymore.
You
like,
can't stand it anymore.
Yeah.
You
If I can't get away,
you have some kind of toxic reaction, and you are driving in your spiral, and you come upon Candace sitting in the mud, covered just head to toe in muck, and sitting next to her, covered head to toe in muck, sobbing into his hands is Motorcycle Guy.
Oh, dang.
And you look over and you realize, wait, that tree's the right size now.
Motorcycle Man's the right size now.
Yeah. And he looks at you and he's like, the last time you just let me die.